Hey guys, and we're finally back with Should Have Turned Left Mark III Battle Reports. I'm Ben, PG Canadian Ice on the forums, at The Canadian Ice on Twitter.
I'm Pete, and I am Truxio on the forums, and I don't do Twitter.
No, and so like I said, we're first weekend after Mark III rules got released, and we are going full swing, 75-point lists. Mark III rules, I already forgot the name of the scenario, but I'm going to have it in the front. So
I already forgot as well, so I'm no help.
Beers. Anyways, I'm bringing... Oh, why did Wormwood get better? I'm so happy Wormwood got better.
I'm so salty that Wormwood got better.
So, anyways, my list. Wormwood, Tree of Fate, and Cassius the Oathkeeper, bringing a Feral Warpwolf and a Warple Stalker, one Gallows Grove, Alton Ashley, Totem Hunter, 2 sets of stones, only one with UA, Min Wolves of Ouroboros, Max Reeve Hunters, Swamp Gobbers Bellows Crew, and Max Silena and Nis Hunters. And I had the Fuel Cache objective.
I went with Nemo 2 using the Arcane Wonder objective. Nemo 2 running General Adept Nemo, running the Squire, Dynamo, Thunderhead, Double Minuteman, Ironclad, and Charger, along with Captain Harlan Strangeways, Eris, the Angel of Retribution. The new Arcane Tempest Rifleman is a Sea Dog Rifleman there at the left side of this bottom left of the screen.
Oh, they can't see that yet.
Oh, okay. Well, it's one of those. And the and 3 Stormcallers.
Yeah. Oh, now that it's Mark III, we can actually talk about list construction and not sound boring. So, for me, Min unit of Wolves of Ouroboros, because that is the cheapest 6 men I can get in Circle anymore. Max Bone Grinders are 8 points, Min Wolves of Ouroboros are 7 points, so hey, I finally found a reason to put them on the table.
I think the Wolves got a lot better in Mark III. Wolves in general.
The Wolves of Ouroboros didn't really change.
Yeah, but I honestly, I thought they were good in Mark II, so I'm just one of those people. I like those down-to-earth kind of basic units.
Yeah. I don't know. I like it when it's flat POW 9 Weapon Master versus I only get it 1 turn.
Right.
So.
They'd be crazy good if it was all the time, so.
I know.
I think they're good enough with it one time and being cheap and fast and all that good stuff.
But anyway, you can see I'm pretty blocked up there, right in the center of the table. I tried to deploy because we have rubble now, the new terrain rubble on the left side.
Yes.
Or my left side, towards the top left of the screen. So we have a little zone of rubble. So it's rough terrain, and if you're in it, you get cover, which I did not realize that prior to our setup today.
Yeah. Oh, we kind of crash coursed a couple things today.
We kind of did. Like, for instance, I hadn't initially pulled all the focus out to do power up. I love power up because I really like running lots of jacks. I love running Nemo 2. I love running lots of jacks, so I'm running 6 warjacks today.
By the way, I'm assuming that was a cat that knocked the camera.
I would assume so. I saw that too. I was wondering if it was just my eyes crossing or something like that.
No, that happened.
So the riflemen, I think I'll like them when I get used to using them. They're speed 6.
That seems like a pretty good solo.
Range 14, power 10, but they can do the grievous wounds for a automatic 3 points and no tough. They can do snipe, so they can do a range 18 shot.
Jeez.
And they can do, what was the third one? They can do blessed. They can
okay.
They can ignore
no idea.
They can ignore spell effects.
Yeah,
so
what's his point cost?
He's 4.
Holy crap!
He's pretty cheap for what he does.
I'd say for that, consider
Rat
2
7.
points. Yeah, he's 2 points cheaper than
3.
Retribution Ghost Sniper.
Really? They're 6s?
They're 6s.
Jeez.
Dang.
Yeah, they're pretty cheap.
That is really good for that cheap.
So I went first. I knew I was playing Cassius, so I knew that he was going to do his turn 1 feat.
Yeah.
So I wasn't super aggressive, but apparently I was a little too aggressive.
Considering you had 2 guys that jump at POW 14, that's dice -4 on the tree, and under my feet turn, that's, they're speed 6, so that's 3, 8, 11-inch
3.
threat
Yeah.
with their slug guns on my tree.
Yeah.
I mean, just aggressive with those alone, I'm going, actually, it's a 12-inch threat because of Energizer.
Right. Energizer for that, 1 extra inch because I'd be moving through difficult terrain.
Yep. Which, if my forest was the old kind, then that's really scary because your threat range is longer than my forest.
It would have been much more dangerous against the old feet.
Yep. Not anymore.
But
Still dangerous, but
yeah, but
Jeez.
the new feet on the wormwood. Whew,
holy cow.
goodness gracious. So we're doing a lot of pre-measuring this game.
Oh yeah.
Because we're allowed.
Goodness. Yeah, we can do this now. And so I'm setting up, just going, okay, I can potentially kill Eris this turn if I want to by teleporting a shifting stone, then use it for shifting, and then Hellmouth it,
Yeah.
and then realize...
He's doing a bunch of janky crap trying to just kill off Eris for fun.
Yeah.
Apparently.
And then look at my Fury stack and go, nope, I'm going to die if I do that.
Right.
So
Because with the Minutemen where they're at now, if you pop feet, then I can pretty much get to you.
Yep. And with Hellmouth and teleporting my runnable arc node back, I would only be at 1 Fury, 1
Right.
transfer. It's like, ooh, no, not worth killing Eris. But,
So much pre-measuring.
egregious use of proxy tokens, all kinds of pre-measure. Yeah. Oh, yeah, and you reminded me there that...
Yes, I'm using Arcane Wonder, so while within 4 inches of my objective, he gets -2 range on spell ranges.
Which
So
was actually really important right
it
there.
actually came down to it because he had already placed the Gallows Grove and checked his range, and he was like, okay, cool, and he started moving other stuff, and then I'm like, you get -2 range.
Yeah, well, the thing is,
No.
that's as far as my Gallows Grove could go, so
Oh, okay.
my thoughts of Strangle holding through the Grove turned out to not work because of the -2 range.
Right.
And I could have re-angled it to get one of your Minutemen, but then I still would have had to run the meat puppet to
Yeah, I was going to
get over
say,
there.
you've got a meat puppet to just run out there and yo-yo's
Yeah.
back, so...
Man, I love so much that Cassius is the proper meat puppet. I mean, no, seriously, fluff-wise, I love what they did to Wormwood. Yeah, if you can't tell, I am even more in love with this Warlock than I was before.
And believe me, he loved him a lot in Mark II.
Yes.
I never thought to ask, guys. I would assume that Cassius retained Pathfinder.
Yeah, circle. Yep.
Circle living model, pretty much, yeah.
Yeah.
So this is actually I've played against Ben playing with Cassius several times. This is the first time I've ever seen him cast Stranglehold, which again against a high Jack army, it's pretty legit. So,
Yeah.
So he used Stranglehold quite a bit to nail down my Minuteman and later Dynamo, just to try to limit what I could do with them.
Exactly. It's just one more element of control that Wormwood's always had. It's just I'm not used to playing against so many Jacks.
Right.
Because usually it is better for me to just go Hellmouth something and remove a bunch of infantry. Trivially.
Yep.
But
And of course, then he's got the Totem Hunter up there, which had prayed Eris.
yep.
So he ran that, and he just kind of ran it out to the middle. Just kind of be generally threatening.
Generally threatening, but not so close that even under my feet turn you would just kill a bunch of stuff.
Right.
Because
So I had to
Gray T-head pulsing.
I had to
and
move
all kinds
far
of
enough
crap.
up. Ben almost always pops feet turn 1 with the tree, which makes perfect sense. But
Yeah.
I had to move far enough up to really make sure, because
Yes.
it's something you could have held if I hadn't gone far enough up.
Exactly.
So I had to go far enough up that he really needed to pop his feet. Oh, and he also forgot to place the cloud effect from the on the first turn. He forgot to place the cloud effect for the on the fuel cache.
Oh no! Oh wait,
then-
I'm in a giant forest.
But then again,
so-
there's a feat. So
yeah, kind of didn't matter.
another nice thing about the whole pre-measure thing is that I can just measure his control area whenever the heck I want.
Yeah, you can measure my control area, measure my threat ranges.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
So there was quite a few
You
times
can-
where you'll
you-
see in the next turn where I move models, and I'm measuring his stalker has a threat range of 11, so I just
Yep.
move up to 11 and a half.
oh my god, this game, I really felt the pain of teleports becoming completely within 8 versus within 8.
Because now charging is actually
Holy
a thing.
Cow. Well, no, not just that, but there was one turn with my stalker. He was about an inch less than where I would have liked him to be when I was trying to figure stuff out. It's like, if I had 2 inches, if this was within 8, this would be amazing.
Exactly.
But no, it's not.
Yeah. I honestly think that you were still kind of in that Mark II mindset with a lot of your model placement in this game.
Yeah, and that's going to be a difficult switch.
I think you
over.
were constantly thinking you had 1 more inch or 2 more inches of range here and there.
Yeah, probably, and that's going to be something I have to get used to because of all the eyeballing in Mark II that I've done before. I have so much ingrained.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, no, I really do have to unlearn. Oh, this is going to be rough. But hooray, giant-ass forest.
I mean, really, with my army, the build that I'm using today, not much change. The biggest change to my whole army was, of course, having a model that didn't exist before in the Rifleman, but that the Stormcallers is not a skill check anymore. They're just a Rat 6 range 10 gun. I mean, they still they ignore stealth and elevation and cover and all that stuff, but they're Rat 6.
Yeah, and the math on Rat 6 versus a skill check of 8
exactly.
It's so different.
They do Nemo 2 does have veteran leader Stormcallers, so they go to Rat 7 in his command range. So before, he used to make them power 12 just by virtue of being on the table. Now they have to be in his command range to be Rat 7 power 10.
Ew.
Which isn't
That's
nearly as
different.
good.
No.
But it's 5 points for 3 of them.
Exactly. And
I
they're
can
still
bring 9.
FA3 for some reason.
Yeah, I can bring 9 of them if I really cared to.
Yeah.
Which would be kind of hilarious under Nemo 3.
Oh,
but
my God.
But under Nemo 2, meh. Especially against hordes.
Yeah.
And now they're only critical disruption. Before they were just flat disruption.
Oh, I missed that.
Yeah.
Wow.
Other than that, the only big...
Well, maybe that's part of why you can bring 9.
True. Another big change to the Nemo is it's a relatively large change, is that Energizer is a flat 2 cost for 2 inches as opposed to 1 inch and up to 3 focus. So you could spend anywhere from 1 to 3, but move up to 3. So now it's a flat 2, move 2 inches.
Yeah.
So again, this is, my turn 2, feet is up. I cast Energizer, I'm moving 1 inch because all my jacks are in the forest. Yeah. Everyone else is out of the forest, but all my jacks are in the forest. And I know that if I stay where I am or try to move up and kill anything, that I'm just going to get murdered. So I did drop back.
Yeah, it's actually a pretty common tactic against Cassius in general is, well, there's a giant forest, and the better players are going to either stay where they are or back up.
Right.
Just flat out.
And, unless they're playing Legion, in which case you wouldn't drop Cassius.
Now I will. Oh my God, he got so much better.
Right.
Eyeless sight doesn't ignore forests anymore.
I thought it did. Oh no, it doesn't ignore. It ignores concealment, but it doesn't ignore forest for line of sight.
Cassius got so much, or Wormwood got so much better,
so
even into
retarded.
Legion. I'm so thrilled about that. So yeah, for Legion with rapid growth, I just put it in front of Wormwood instead of inside. Just go.
I blame buffs to Wormwood. I blame the playtesters for just flat out favoring Circle over all other factions.
Kara Sloan.
Yeah, but they're gonna change her feat because the turn top of 1 feat is just feat win is just dumb.
To a questionably better one. It's a sideways move for sure.
It is kind of a sideways move, but it negates the turn 1 assassination.
Yeah, it's no longer
good.
top 1.
Top of 1, yeah.
It can still be bottom 1, but yeah. It could still be top 1 against Cassius and Wormwood.
I don't know anybody who's gonna bring. Considering the changes that they made to a lot of models, when all the things where people's heads were exploding, when everybody went out and bought 6 of the acid trolls.
Slags.
Of the slag trolls. And then
during evolutionary.
Evolutionary
elementalism.
Yeah. Was it evolutionary elementalism?
Yeah.
Sure.
EE.
We'll go with that. We'll go with EE. We'll call it EE for
Yeah.
simplicity's sake.
Thank God that doesn't exist.
Right. And then immediately they said, no, you can't really take that many slags.
Haha,
And then
T-head doesn't
everybody
have
got
elevation.
and then everybody got angry. Yes, no,
'Cause it
towing
totally
the
matters.
elevation does not matter.
Yeah.
There you go. So now you can see again there's a lot of pre-measuring going on because I'm making sure, or I was trying to make sure that he couldn't just hellmouth T-head and drag in Nemo.
Yeah, I think this is also partially where you have the Mark II mindset of where my stuff can go.
Yes.
Because my Hellmouth threat ranges aren't near as great as they were before.
I did move back a little further than I needed to. I will
Yes.
say that if I had moved back, if I had done more pre-measuring and moved to kind of a middle range, where I moved, for one thing, I moved T-head way too far back.
Yeah. I don't know. He's still close enough to make me think about, okay, how close do I get? And dang
Right.
it, he mulches infantry.
Yes, he does. And I didn't put failsafe on him, so I'm sure that if I left T-head up front, even with failsafe on him, you would have tried to kill T-head.
Yeah.
But Dynamo's
But you
dangerous
left
too
Dynamo up
because Dynamo's got his multi-fire and reach and
Yeah.
the whole extra power every time he hits a thing.
Oh, yeah, Dynamo is still great.
He's still kind of a monster.
Yep.
So this is year
all right.
2.
Yep, this is my 2. Time for Nis to go and start.
Time for
So-
a bunch of pre-measuring to see whether it needs to move or not to
Yep,
to
how
shoot
close can I
Dynamo.
get to
How
start
far away
shooting
can I
Dynamo?
stay?
Exactly. Because the farther I am from Dynamo also means the farther I am from T-head.
Exactly. And again,
And I'm looking at my turn. I'm doing everything I can to keep Nis from blocking Totem Hunter to just run and try to engage T-head
right.
because he still can't pulse when he's in melee. So
And you can see where I'm Eris is the prey, so she just ran behind a building,
yeah,
which was kind of funny. We
Like,
both got a giggle about that. She just kind of ran away, which, I mean, at that point, Totem Hunter's doing his job because she's not doing anything.
yeah, pretty much. I mean, at the same time, it's with the changes to Eris. I'm like, sure, she can go after a Nis or something, and
She's
I
still
don't
crazy
care.
good for 6 points.
Holy cow, yeah,
I mean,
she is.
She's just I'm actually kind of surprised that she's got so many special rules because I thought they were going to try to simplify things, but her card is just a wall of text.
Yeah. Also, holy crap, Eris won. What the F there?
You know what's funny is I don't have the Eris 1 model, so I didn't even read it.
She strips Fury.
Oh yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, she strips Focus and
I'm
Fury.
going to have to go ahead and pick one of those up.
Yeah, she's kind of good.
Yeah. But, with assault and, you know what? I forgot to do my assault shot.
Oh, yeah, you did. Huh?
Because I charged, and
Well,
you'll see in my
later,
turn.
yeah.
Or later in the game.
She charges
Spoilers.
something. It happens. But
Yes. But I forgot to.
I don't kill her fast enough.
I forgot to assault. So
Yeah. That'll be something we have to get used to. But
exactly.
Hooray, strangleholds are still good, though.
Yeah, strangleholds go everywhere, and I sit there being
But
grumpy.
this is the
insulted.
second turn. I just go, okay, stranglehold.
It's that same
it's
Ford
Dynamo and
Minuteman,
the same Minuteman.
and then it also.
I got Dynamo this time. Last time I missed on the second Minuteman.
Yeah,
And but,
I can't believe that he went to 7 Fury.
yeah,
Wormwood.
neither can I.
I mean,
And hey, no Grievous on
worst that
Dynamo.
guys, yeah.
No, going to 7 Fury is great when it comes to hit chances for strangleholds and stuff like that.
Mhm.
By the way, right now I'm pre-measuring my Reef Hunters to figure out how big of a CRA I can get on Dynamo
Exactly.
with them.
You dropped a big one. Didn't you drop a max from the NIS?
Yeah, I dropped a max from the NIS, and then I get 2
Which did 9
4-mans off
damage.
of Reeves. Yeah,
on that one from the NIS. And
I
then
think
you
my
get
Reeves got a bit angry too.
2 4 or 5 mans. He does just enough damage to not cripple anything.
Yes,
Even though I'm under failsafe anyway, but
I know.
he wouldn't have
But
crippled anything
Forcing
anyway.
you to keep failsafe on him would still be better than
Right.
allowing you to move it to give a different jack and armor buff.
Exactly. Which, I mean, obviously just goes straight to T-head. Because
Yeah.
I already had
Yeah.
I already had lightning shroud on the ironclad, which I kept the whole game.
Yep. And hooray, covered, which doesn't matter against Hunter.
Right. which made me sad.
Oh,
I kept
also doesn't help that I missed Dynamo on the first
I kept
attack.
leaving that charger there in the rubble to get covered. I keep going, I got cover, I got Hunter. God damn it.
Yep.
So-
Hunter also doesn't ignore forests anymore.
Yeah.
So
Reeves got so much better.
Yeah,
Like they actually are
holy
fieldable
cow,
now.
they did.
I mean, they're pretty cheap, aren't they? They're like
16 points. So Mark II, 8 points.
yeah. So they're essentially would be a 5.8. So yeah, they're
Yeah.
still middling point cost, but God, they're good.
For Rate of Fire 2, Range 12, POW 8, Rat 5, that's pretty darn.
They
solid.
did drop to that POW 8,
Yeah.
but
Oh, hey, a
still
bunch of
got-
pre-measuring to figure out where Totem Hunter's going to go.
Yeah, so he puts him
figured out.
puts him exactly out of reach of everyone.
Yeah. Well, I realized there was no way to get T-Head engaged without taking a free strike from Dynamo.
Right.
So Dynamo is strangle-held. So let's figure out a spot where Totem Hunter can go outside of melee that'll still be in the way for T-Head to prevent him from pulsing all over my Nist.
Exactly.
And then realize, oh, I need something else there. Let's put Gobbers up there. They're sacrificial
Right,
at this
and
point.
Just ran the sacrificial gobbers up there because really where you can see Wormwood right now next in the front corner of his objective never advanced past that point. Which I mean, that's fair. You're large
Yeah.
base and you're fairly squishy. Armor 18?
Armor 18 base.
Armor 18 but def
So
5.
with 3 souls. Hi,
Hi,
Kiki.
cat.
With 3 souls, he still gets up to armor 21, which was the armor camp he could get to beforehand.
Mhm.
I put Cassius way too far back.
Oh, that's right. You kind of blocked some things in on
Yeah.
this activation.
Yeah, which is something I still got to get used to with this much infantry.
Right. I mean, you ran that much infantry, and didn't you run more infantry with previous Cassius builds?
I did because it was just Gorak Stalker.
Right.
Let's see.
So here's
It
that
would have
fun
been a
part
few.
where I can
At this
pre-measure-
point, it would have been a few more solos.
Yeah, I could pre-measure that range. I was almost exactly 14 inches away from the stalker with Dynamo, but with Stranglehold, I
Yay.
can't really get there, being range 10.
Yeah.
But I found some other ways around things.
Yeah. You
So
did.
let's see, you got the Feral really didn't advance until I just kind of walked a Minuteman and my Ironclad out there.
Oh no, my Feral has more or less replaced my Gorax.
Right, because
a-
again, Primal.
It's a Fury 4 beast that has Primal, and except this time, now he's Mat 7 with 1-inch melee and can do other things,
Right.
which is kind of
Good.
also great.
Isn't he about 14 or 15 base?
14 on the bite, 15 on the claws.
I mean, that's decent knowing that you have all your mat and strength buffs.
Yeah, exactly.
In
But
faction.
flat Mat 7 is
The
also
flat mat 7
great.
is big. And then you have the 3 good warps. The
Yes.
speed, strength, and armor.
Yes.
So they're really a
Uh,
way
Feral-
bigger toolbox than they
Yeah.
ever were before.
I suppose the Feral, well,
They used
the
to
only
be a tool,
here's the thing, the only
box.
thing that changed on the Feral is his Animus.
Mm.
But turning his Animus into one that you use fairly often, that circle
Yeah.
players are used to, and
When was the
like
last
so
time a
much.
circle player didn't bring some kind of beast with Primal?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. How many? It's like, okay, I'm playing Circle, not Bradigus. All right, what's my battle group? Gorak Stalker. Okay, where do I go from there?
Right, exactly.
Now it's okay. I'm playing Circle, non-Bradigus.
there's
What's
me
my
checking
battle
that
group?
line of
Feral
sight.
Stalker.
Making sure that I don't clip the building, then I can still get in melee with the Stalker
Yeah.
or the Totem Hunter. So I get in there.
Charging the hunt.
So I get in there, but then I immediately forget that she has Assault.
Yeah,
And
that
which-
could have been.
Could have done it because I left you on one box with the charge.
Did you leave me on one box with her?
It was one box,
Okay.
and then I had to use
Oh,
Dynamo
that's right.
to
It was
finish it
Dynamo.
off.
Yeah, I couldn't remember if it was. Did Dynamo have 2 attacks?
He
No, he's got a gun in one, spear in the other, and I don't know.
he has one. He had 3 focus this turn,
I've had a full beer since then.
so he has 3. He's gonna have 3 focus this turn, so he uses one on the Stalker, one on the, and then boost,
that's right,
boost
he
on the
goes for
Stalker,
gobbers
by boost on the Gobber.
Yeah. But
Yeah,
yeah,
that's it.
Eris Assault Shot probably would have killed the Totem Hunter.
Power 10, dice
Power
off
10, and I was at
5.
1 box, dice off 5, 6 on 3 dice, because she's still Weapon Master on it.
No, on the gun, no.
Oh, that's right, he
Just-
doesn't have
just
an
the
upkeep.
weapons.
That's right, it's Purgation on the gun.
Yeah.
Which reminds me, I need to feel the Wold Weird at some point.
Mm.
I really want to feel the Wold Weird at some point.
Purgation is really good.
Speed 7, range 10, POW 10, rate of fire 3, Purgation.
Yeah. I mean, they went down to 2 Fury, but now it's just flat rate of fire 3. It always fires 3 rounds.
Yeah, I mean, that's the change to the Wold Weird from printed versions of its card. It's point cost and...
The
because
Charger has
everything
got
doubled
so
and then
much better
from 3 to 2.
with not only with power up,
Yeah, speaking of
but
rate
with
of
just being
fires,
plain ROF 2.
Yeah.
So they only need 2 focus now to do 2 fully boosted shots, which is kind of amazing.
And then
for 9 points.
Compound that with power up, and that's really freaking good.
So really, off of your Warcaster only costs 1 to do
Yeah.
2 fully boosted range 12 POW 12s, 2 hand cannons.
That is solid.
So
Man,
here,
power up is the thing.
here I did a lot of hemming and hawing, which cost me later. A lot of hemming and hawing about what I'm doing here with the power ups, and is this feed turn, and what am I doing here? What am I doing there?
Yeah.
So again,
Can you get
see
close
my
enough to
clock
do
just
some
clocking way off.
things? How far away are you from other things? And hooray, pre-measure! You get to figure out if you can aim or not with other models.
Right.
And
So you can see that distance from the Charger to the Feral. I thought I would be out, but upon pre-measuring, I was like about a quarter
Just
inch in.
yeah.
So I could stand still and shoot and retain cover. It doesn't really matter because the stupid Reeves have a Hunter.
So do Nis as long as Hylena's alive.
Right. So
Yay, Hunter guns.
I walked up and healed Dynamo, even though he didn't have anything out, because even without failsafe, he still had nothing out. But I wanted him as healthy as possible to move him up, but I only healed. It's now a D3 plus 3 that auto succeeds, which is nice. But I healed 4 points.
Which still minimum 4 points. He's
Minimum
got
4.
5 systems.
Yeah.
So you're guaranteed a fully functional Jack.
Yes.
Because if all 5 systems are gone, he's dead.
Yep.
That's pretty dang awesome. I mean that. Yeah, even though it's base to base, that kind of puts his repair on par with the freaking beast.
Yeah. Kind of, but he's got to be base to base to do it, but and all that good stuff. But losing the ability to give a Jack an immunity to free strikes, he lost that ability. So he has power up, repair. He can give a Jack evasive, so that if it's missed, it can advance 2 inches, but it doesn't ignore free strikes, and you have to get missed in the first place.
By the way, I don't know if you noticed or not, but Enliven lost its immunity to free strikes as well.
It should have. It was way too good.
Yeah.
Means you can only ever hit that Jack once. I mean, well, now you can...
Now you can hit it twice.
You can hit it twice, which...
once to trigger and then once on the free strike.
But then you're getting 2 boosted attack rolls, or boosted damage rolls, as opposed to just 1.
Yeah.
So shuffle up a little bit. I knew I was using powerful shot, so I figured I would hit anyway.
Yeah.
Oh no,
this is Energizer.
Sorry, this is Energizer. So yeah, that's free movement anyway.
This is like,
so
this is how you stab Totem Hunter with.
So that's
Dynamo
how with Stranglehold, I get Dynamo up there so he can stab the Totem Hunter in one of the gobbers, which clears the lane for the big boy there. For T-Head.
Which
Energizer is still crazy
with such a big battle group. Good lord. Power Up and Energizer and whatever.
Yeah.
Jeez, that is an efficient battle group.
It really is. I'm still kind of I was talking to Ben before the recording about how I'm thinking about dropping Strangeways, and because if I drop Strangeways and the Stormcallers, I get another Charger, and that's kind of tempting.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's really worth it for the utility of Strangeways and the Stormcallers, but it is awfully tempting.
It is. And I need to play more games and see how our meta is going to end up shaping up, because
there's all the feet focus.
Oh god. Yep.
So this is definitely feet time. So I put all the focus out there, and then because of Nemo's focus manipulation rule, I can take some of that focus back.
Yeah.
So I could have taken back even more, but I only took a few. Again, beers were had, time was rolling. So I moved. I got Nemo up to a spot. I stopped him there, and then I was like, wait, that doesn't do what I originally wanted to do, so I immediately move him again,
Shift, Yep.
grab the laser again, and
'Cause
get
you're
to a
trying
point.
to get the leader
I'm trying to get the gobber and the tree.
The tree.
Yeah. Because he has a range 10, POW 13 gun. So I shoot with that and boost damage and murder the tree, which he gets a soul from, which is hilarious.
I know. It still happens.
And then I thought this was going to be the death of me, but I did the 3-cost electrical blast, I believe it is. It's a 3-inch AoE spell.
Yeah.
With a boost to hit, which left me on 1 focus. But Ben so nicely pointed out that I can only ever reduce each separate attack by 5 points with focus, which I thought was kind of dumb.
Yeah, so transfers remain better in that regard. But
I mean,
I don't know.
The way, if you think about it this way, is that if I take a single hit, I can just get an instant +5 armor.
Yep. Exactly.
But there's some things that hit you
only
really, really
a
hard.
+5 armor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As
if
opposed
somebody
to
gets
transferring
to you,
all of it. You know.
yeah, if somebody gets to you with a dice plus,
Yeah.
it's like, oh god,
It's really bad.
Yeah.
And you do, don't you?
no,
No, you were dice off.
Do
too.
I? Yeah,
You're
I
dice
was
off too, but you rolled high.
Yeah.
Spoilers.
Nah.
So, I'm looking at
How far
T-head,
can T-head crush?
and I can just measure 11 inches because that's my walk plus pulse range, and I can
Yep.
turn my facing so that I hit, so that I don't fry Eris, and I hit like my ironclad and I actually think I cheated. I think I didn't roll damage against my Minuteman because that's only dice off 3. Pretty
Oh.
sure I didn't do that.
I assumed he was just immune to electricity.
No, he is not. Dynamo is.
Yeah.
The Minuteman is not.
Son of a bee.
Well, I apologize. Well, he
Whatever.
dies anyway.
This time the long duration on this game is not
It's-
because we're rambling constantly afterwards.
Right. There was a massive amount of rules discussion and talk and just general chit chat about what changed and what didn't and what got better and
as
what
things
got worse.
comes up, it was, wait, this is the way this, a lot of rules discussion on this is how this works now. This doesn't work this way now, and big thing I learned this game is
This made me kind of happy.
bounding leap is no longer prevented by effects that stop charging.
Right. It's purely
Oh,
at the end of movement or after movement, any time during activation. So has
after
nothing
movement,
to do.
before combat action.
No. Does it have to be before? I think
It does define before combat action.
Okay, so before combat action. So I don't have a combat action, but I can still flak field, which
That's what it looks like.
which murders 2 dudes.
Oh,
But
flak field is at any time. Oh no, I was talking about bounding leap.
sorry, no, flak field.
Flak field is at any time.
Yeah.
Which it was more the surprise of bounding leap not being affected by charge thing.
Right,
That's
by
oh, this does work.
Stranglehold says I don't
balls.
get an attack, but I can still walk in bounding leap and flak field.
Yeah.
So Minutemen got way better because they also gained gunfighter. And
Yeah.
with the changes to
Oh, was it
backstrike,
point blank before?
no, they had no ability to hit in melee before.
Oh, I thought they did.
They had POW 11 fists.
Ew.
That's it. They had POW 11 fists.
I guess it was just flak field to disengage and then slug gun stuff.
Pretty much.
Oh.
Or jump into a place where you're not in melee with something and then slug gun it.
Blech.
Where now, with the changes to backstrike, you can just hop into something's back arc and get that +2 to hit with those POW 14 slug
That
guns.
is really dirty against reach models, by the way.
Yes, it is.
What the... Wow. Because, one of the changes to Gunfighter is it doesn't care what your melee range is. If you're in melee with something, you can shoot it with Gunfighter.
Right.
So now you can jump to reach range and then slug gun the crap out of that model.
Exactly. Which I did. I could have done some different stuff with it today, but I wasn't thinking too carefully about it. I just really wanted to play a game in Mark III. Because to be honest, I really haven't played since the announcement that Mark III was coming out.
Yeah,
so I took like a couple of months off.
I have been... this is my first 75-point game, and I'm so happy
Right.
I finally played
This
one.
is my first game in Mark III and a 75-point game, so
Yeah.
I was extra slow.
But
But so I just T-headed a bunch of dudes he gets to shoot something and reposition away. I really like the reposition
Good
on the
Lord, that
on the sniper.
4 freaking points for that guy?
Yeah.
What the
I'll
heck?
double check it.
Man, what's his FA?
I think he's FA2.
Why would you not bring 2?
Yeah, he's
Like,
FA2.
seriously, why would you not bring max FA?
FA2, 4 points.
That guy is
So speed
awesome.
6, rat 7. He's a 14-11, deaf and arm. Range 14, POW 10, magical gun. He's also a marksman. So he gets to choose branch. He gets to choose branch.
Oh my god.
And he has arcane precision, so if he sacrifices movement to aim, he ignores stealth.
Wow.
Reposition 3, deadly shot, snipe, and ward breaker, which is blessed. So
Okay,
yeah, he's
so Privateer Press apparently has a hard-on for Cygnar as well,
well, that one model
and Sloan.
and Sloan, but everything else they were like, no, fuck you.
Yeah.
Well, not necessarily, but like the debuff to gun mages, or the standard arcane tempest gun mages in UA,
yeah.
losing the ability to ignore stealth. All they get now is Swift Hunter. Was kind of big to me.
Well, they're gonna get CRA in a Theme Force.
They're gonna get CRA with the cane or with theme forces, where now theme forces don't specify caster.
Yep. But the first Theme Force won't come out until December.
Right. So I started building lists with like my Legion and stuff, thinking about Abbey 1's tier back in Mark II, going, oh, this is so good, but then I'm like, oh, tier lists don't exist yet.
Yeah.
But that'll be my next thing I want to play with is Absolunia 1.
Oh man.
So a lot of running around. Oh, this is back to Ben. He's
Yep.
killing
This is
some
my
more stuff,
turn,
so
killing stuffs and doing things.
So I ran a Stormcaller out to block kind of ranges to kind of Ben's, trying to block Ben's
you were
options.
accidentally outside of 3 inches.
I was
with that
accidentally
Stormcaller.
outside of 3, so he couldn't just Hellmouth my Stormcaller and drag Nemo forward.
So hooray pre-measuring. I get to put a small base where it's within 3 of Nemo and outside of melee with Dynamo.
Mhm.
So I know exactly where I need to get a model to be able to Hellmouth it and try to make Nemo and my Stalker kiss.
And then I play around on my phone a little bit.
Yep. Because, hey, stuff is happening and
Right.
whatever.
So I knew what he was trying to do. He's going to try to runs the Nis out there, and then he's going to teleport the Stalker to within 3 inches of the Nis. She's already within 3 inches of Nemo, so as soon as she Hellmouths the Nis, Nemo and the Stalker are dragged right to each
Yeah.
other.
And this is one of those feeling the pain of where completely within versus within 8 is, because
Right.
if it was within 8, then I'd just go, hey, screw it, I can target the objective.
Exactly.
But no, now I gotta fandangle something interesting.
Right. So this should have been game, realistically.
Good God,
With
that
the-
rifleman's good.
With the Primaled, Warp Wolf, Warp Wolf Stalker, in with Nemo with only 2 focus on him, I should have been dead.
Should have been dead.
But then some things happen.
Yes.
Then there's
So,
stuff.
oh yeah. And this is one that's like, I potentially blocked my line of sight to the Nis, and
Yeah.
also she's outside of 8 from Wormwood anyway, so
Where she-
hey, meat puppet.
Yeah, where she
Go
dropped,
get me an arc node.
where Ben dropped the Stalker, it blocks line of sight from Wormwood to her, and Wormwood's out of range.
Yeah.
So then the meat puppet gets up there and gets it done.
And this is where I realize I have done something horribly, horribly wrong. Now, again, completely within 8 versus within 8. Frickin' Stalker rough terrain.
Oh, that's right. The Stalker was in rough terrain, so it's
Yeah.
a 3-inch pull, which
Yeah, it
only
was a
pulls
flat
him an
3-inch
inch and
pull,
a
inch and a
half,
half.
which leaves Nemo just out. But it
Yeah.
also drags in Dynamo, so that
Yeah,
puts
but
Dynamo in combat.
But it's one of those,
But-
again, if it was within 8, then I would have been far enough on the other side of the shallow water
Right.
that bad things still would have happened.
Exactly.
But no. Nope.
So as it is, Dynamo's in with the Stalker. Nemo is out. He's
Yeah.
basically out.
So at this point, my only chance is to try to Hellmouth the Stalker.
Did you?
Oh, that's right. The objective isn't an option because it creates a -2 to my range, and it's outside of 6 of my meat puppet.
Exactly.
So I couldn't do that. So yeah, I had to pick something in melee. Stalker's my lowest defense, and I missed. So, well, At least Stalker gets to murder Dynamo because he's primal, then he's going to kill something.
He's got to kill something.
Feel the pain of Mark III in some regards.
Some of it's entertaining. Some stuff got better. Some stuff kind of went weird.
Yeah, it's just something I gotta get used to. And remember, frickin' rough terrain and pushes and all that fun crap. But
let's see what
think,
else is going on here.
Well, I'm also wondering what else did we actually learn about Mark III this game, about things that aren't there anymore. Or, by the way, this scenario does not feel very live.
No, because the
only way to score is to get on your opponent's side.
You have to kill your opponent's objective, and you have to dominate your opponent's flags. So the
control or dominate, but
control
there's
or dominate.
no dominating friendly flags for points.
Right.
Otherwise, that would be too easy.
Yes, because where they're with their placement, they would be too close to friendly deployment.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's one of those. Even with Kruger 2, I don't think he's gonna. This is a very live scenario with him, and he still feels like the king of scenario.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, sure, you can charge with the speed buff now, but he still has his feat, which remains the same, and TK and whatever else.
And
now
sprint,
memory
and sprint is better.
Oh, sprint is better.
I'm
It's
upset
cheaper.
by that.
It's range self, which kind of sucks.
Right.
But it has memory now.
Yeah, so you can kill stuff, then pop your Animus if you have the Fury to spend.
Which means I don't have to drop Primal before I kill something to sprint, which is
so then he
also
gets
kind of great.
Then he gets over to there.
Yeah. And this is where we learned, hey, 1-inch melee
1-inch
on heavies
reach is actually really
freaking
good.
awesome.
Like, I wouldn't have thought that, it never occurred to me at that point that he was going to get both of them.
Yeah.
But 1-inch reach on a 2-inch base.
I can get there.
Right there.
I get there.
It was within like a 16th or something.
Oh,
like
yeah,
that,
it was barely.
It's really
but
close, but he was in.
I was able to do it.
But you can also see where he sprinted to there. So he's based with the objective. He's primal, or he was primaled, so he's going to Frenzy.
He's still going to Frenzy. And there's Ares.
And Kitty.
That's two of my 3 cats today.
And he's got both the Ironclad and Nemo in melee.
Yeah. And with the new Frenzy rules, I will Frenzy on the objective because I'm base to base with it.
Which did help me with some of my decision making.
Yeah. I also figured, objective's probably the best model to Frenzy on at that point too. But
in the end, no objectives died. no control points were scored.
No,
so
this is really not a live scenario.
I mean, if you have some really fast flanking type of army design, then
put it this way: if you win this on scenario, you just deserve to win on assassination anyways because you are so far on your opponent's side of the table.
Right.
I mean,
like I said,
grief.
it's only
you have to almost
maybe
completely
if you have ambushing models, you could collapse a flank and then throw ambushing models out there.
Okay, maybe that'd be something to test in Legion.
Right. And minions.
Yeah, I don't care still. I don't know. Being able to mix pigs and gators could be really interesting, but I still don't care about the Bogtrog ambushers.
Right. Well, now they have several models that ambush. No, just 2. Bogtrog ambushers and the gunner. The drag guy.
Yeah.
He ambushes.
He does ambush.
And then
also ambush being completely within 3 as opposed to within 3
No.
again doesn't help. But yay, pre-measuring. I get to know who can shoot what.
Pre-measuring line of sight. Everybody's happy.
Yep. So what is this?
This
6
is
man?
a 6-man on the Charger, I believe.
Yeah.
Which promptly knocks out its left arm.
Yep.
Which salty dog.
Yay. Hi, Kiki. No, this time Kiki is right here beside me as opposed to on screen.
Right. Let's see. What else? What are you doing now? You're doing more damage.
I'm taking
that's right.
shot at Firefly and then just tried random shots at...
Next time I'll try to put my tablet
points.
up by where my dice currently are so that you guys can see me tapping my screen. You won't be able to read it, but you'll see that I'm actually
that's
marking
not
off
that
damage
important.
and stuff.
Yeah, I mean, my tablet's off screen. I just have the dice tray there so I can count my dice later.
All right, so
Which
here we go
I think
again.
I have my running total right over here. I'm at 2,692 counts of those dice.
So here's again where I'm doing a bunch of waffling,
Yeah.
doing some allocation. So I pumped up the Ironclad to 3. Everybody gets their power up.
Again, holy cow, power up is phenomenal.
With a big battle group power up.
Wow.
You're going to see a lot of Warjacks on the table right now.
Yeah, that, like, seriously, after this game, sure, you've got your feet and a little extra efficiency built in, but that really tips the scales, especially in the debate of Focus versus Fury. Like,
Transfers are still better.
transfers are definitely, unquestionably still better. But Warjacks versus Warbeasts, especially with the point cost changes from Mark II to Mark III, like a lot of Warbeasts do seem like they straight doubled or maybe got discounted a half point or something like that. Or if they got changed majorly like the Satyrs, they would have gone down. But most of the Warjacks feel closer to like what, a 0.75, 0.8?
Yeah. A lot of things went a full point down.
Yeah, well, I mean, instead of just straight doubling, it was like a 1.75 increase or a 1.8 increase. Like, overall, jacks just feel cheaper, and then with power up, it's like, wow.
Yeah, they're so much more efficient, it's kind of ridiculous.
I
appreciate it, but
yeah,
it's kind of silly.
I might have to play a Ret game just to see what that's like.
Ret got so good. There's so much stuff that got really good.
Yeah.
Even with the nerf to the MHSF, this Major Strike Force, which
needed to happen.
It needed to happen because they were just they were too good, really.
Yeah. Hey, pre-measuring and realizing, oh wait, I can just do this all off of pre-measuring and figure stuff out.
Right.
It's like, okay, no, I can place my model here. No, that does take a free strike. All right, I'm not going to commit to that.
Exactly.
Until I know I can stay in melee.
So the poor little Stormcaller still has a reach 1. They dropped an inch of reach.
Yeah.
But the heroic Stormcaller runs up and actually manages to hit the Stalker, hit the Feral on a 9, and then promptly does no damage.
No damage. Yeah.
So he broke his little storm stick on the. So then the Mosey squeezed through there. Get melee to both big beasts. I didn't roll a single crit. I missed 3 times in a row, needing a 7.
Yeah, So we didn't comment it on it last turn, but my Feral missed a bunch and didn't do much on Minutemen that
really
he probably
didn't.
should have.
It killed the one Minuteman that had back arc 2 and then missed the other one.
Yeah, even then, I still missed the back arced Minuteman like
Once.
2 or 3 times.
Once, I think. You rolled
Only once? I think I missed twice. I missed at least twice.
Yeah, it must have been twice because you were doing so much damage.
Yeah, I was like dice plus 4 or something.
You did roll multiple Snake Eyes in one turn.
Yeah, so it's like, okay, yes, I have all my dice counted. I know how balanced everything is. It's like, is my Feral cursed?
Yeah.
On the flip side, if it also curses my enemy like this could be amazing in certain applications.
So there's Strangeways standing still, trying to roast up some dudes to try to free up T-Head.
Yeah.
Which he actually managed to hit both, because him standing, he went up to a Rat 6, so he can stand still for a Rat 9, and then he just roasts out those 2 dudes.
Yep.
So it hits a Nis and a
Reeve, Wolf of Ouroboros.
A wolf, yeah.
That one's a wolf, yeah. This is, again, running stuff up to try to keep T-Head back.
Keep T-Head
primarily
nailed down.
Also keep Nemo back a little bit.
Right. And I hadn't activated Eris yet. So she gets up and gets the job done on that last dude. The last Nis Hunter.
Yeah.
No, that is the last Nis Hunter.
It is the last Nis Hunter right now, yeah.
So yeah, take that. There's your weapon master. And more souls.
More souls. I can only hold 3 now. I can't hold 5.
Friendly cookies.
Yay.
So then I've got T-Head freed up. I'm eyeballing the Stalker. But I think I decided that I would rather just kill a bunch of infantry.
Yeah, and not gonna lie, I'm happy you finally realized that guy's primaled. I can't ignore him.
Exactly. So not only did I just walked over there into his back arc. You're already base to base with the objective. You're just going to primal on that.
Yeah.
So I just walked up and roasted a bunch of dudes.
Yeah. Oh, so out of curiosity, how do you feel using the new war room?
I don't dislike it. I don't really feel that it changed very much from the last War Room.
Yeah.
But I also
Well, I mean,
am
as a-
kind of technologically inept, so I'm sure there's a lot of features I'm not using right
Yeah.
now.
Well, I mean, even that, we're forced to use War Room as opposed to having cards right now.
Right, because the cards don't exist yet.
Yeah.
Well, they're
Well,
in Area
in
51.
digital form. Woo. But
So I'm deciding what to do. I decide to just walk over. You can see me sitting there thinking, burning time.
yep.
Thinking about charging that dude. Maybe I can get him in the butt and kill him, because that would free up Nemo with basically no reprisal.
How many times did that new backstrike rule come into play?
Like 3 or 4 times this game. Where
Few-
we just
yeah.
at least 3 or 4 times this game where
So
we just had stuff just
I think we have it
mosey
right
into
here in
back arcs.
effect, where your Minuteman jumps
The
into the
Minuteman
back
jumps
arc of
into
the
back
Pharaoh.
arc to get the +2, so then I'm just punching him in the butt and boosting damage. I also did another flak field.
Yeah, which
couple
again,
more
I think
guys.
my Pharaoh's potentially cursed on dice
Yeah.
on both sides.
The flak field is unboostable, which is nice. But then
Yeah.
it's just it was two shots boosted in the butt, took him out.
Yep. There he goes.
So one focus to jump, and one focus each to boost the shots, and I'm doing dice -3. -2.
-2 because he would warp strength.
Yeah, -2, which I rolled decent and took him out.
Yep, finally.
And then there's the 6-inch pulse, which tags my tags, but does no damage to my ironclad.
Yeah.
But
And of course, meat puppets in there.
And did a good chunk of damage to the meat puppet. I think left him.
I don't
on-
think it did much to the meat puppet on your pulse.
Okay. And then I buy a gun on him and
Yeah,
actually,
which you auto hit, and the gun's more powerful, and
Right.
now the meat puppet's just straight
then he
dead.
just explodes.
Yeah.
And
So fun
What else do I
fun
have?
trying to
Oh,
move
yeah, that
Wormwood
guy.
now.
So I walk up and do 3 points of damage to a stone. I didn't kill a single stone this game, which is rare for me. Usually I go after
Yep.
the stones with a vengeance, but the stones losing stealth and gaining prowl
Yeah,
means you're going
that
to lose
kinda
a lot of
sucks.
stones.
I know. Yeah. Well, to be fair, with the FA changes on command attachments, that's another thing that kind of needed to happen.
True.
Um,
Because then you can have multiple larger command range stealth stones, yeah.
yeah, exactly. 2 units of flat stealth stones, that would not be okay.
Yeah.
So, Prowl feels like the appropriate compromise. It's not something I'm super happy about, but it is what it is, and I do see it as necessity. And
So right about now, you can see I'm down to 3 minutes 14.
yep. Hey, Pi.
Pi.
Yeah, 3.14.
Ah! I didn't even catch that. That's amazing.
Yeah.
So I'm down to Pi left.
Damn it, now I'm hungry.
Right, and I'm showing Ben that I have three focus. Because I figured I was dead this turn somehow.
Yeah, I'm still trying to figure out how to, because like, okay, can I kill Nemo? Can I Hellmouth? Can I do a Hellmouth assassination? Stupid overboosting. No, I can't.
Yeah, just the math.
Because
on
what
that.
he would have been, because I had to stop myself, because what, he's base armor 16.
16.
I'm like, okay, so he's armor 19. No. That is not how this.
Yeah,
that is
that's
not
not
how
how it
this
works.
works anymore. Oh, this
Each
is not
focus
good.
I spend, I suddenly essentially become armor 21.
Yep.
So I can be armor 21 against 3 consecutive attacks, but I only have 14 damage boxes.
Yes.
So
and
I
if
thought-
only you weren't in melee with my stupid stalker.
Yes, if I wasn't in melee with the stalker, then it would have been much different.
Yeah, I would have just shot 5 strangleholds at you.
Right.
I was going, screw it. Nickel and dime and see what happens. And so at this point, I'm looking at time going, well, I can clock.
Right.
That's about all I've got. How do I keep Wormwood
So
alive?
There's the runaway with the
Yep. My turn to retreat.
yeah, and then the drops a force on
then-
himself to retain the prowl.
Yep.
Puts a stranglehold on that guy again.
Tries to. Do I succeed?
No, I believe you missed.
Oh.
I didn't see your die roll.
That's right. I missed once, and then I try again, miss again. I took out the location die because moving fast and
Right.
grabbed it out of habit. and decide, yeah, stealth is probably still better than a 4-inch blocking line of sight. And now, just to try to keep a clock advantage, I move stuff to not lose on scenario.
Right.
Personally, I hate playing to not lose, but I don't really have an option left anymore. I am attritioned out like crazy, which is something I already know this much infantry in this type of list build has a problem with. Which makes me very curious as to how our meta is going to shape out if we do get a bunch of jacks like that. I am going to have to change this list flat out.
Right. You'll have to run more beasts.
Yeah, which is probably going to be take out Nis Hunters for another heavy.
So there he can pre-measure, so he knows he can't shoot Eris, so he just blows the rifleman off the table.
Yeah, I'm
Hold
outside of stealth, can't do that.
Hold Ashley is so good.
Oh yes, he is staying.
With bucking Jenny at a rat 8, pow,
Flat
range
grievous
14,
wounds.
flat grievous wounds. So I know I'm down on time, so I start just running stuff.
Yeah.
So that was
this
trample.
was a trample.
So I actually managed to trample and murder Ashley, which made me happy. You get a soul for it.
Yay!
Bunch of running. So you can see I got that Minuteman right next to the tree.
No, I didn't get a soul for it. He was just out.
Oh, he was? Okay.
Yeah.
So lots of running. Even Nemo ran out of combat, took the free strike. I didn't realize that you could only spend one focus.
This is
per.
where the you can't.
So I was thinking of just because it was 13 total damage.
Yeah.
So I was like, I spend 2 focus and I take 3, and he's like, nah. And I reread it too. It's 1 per, so I took 8 damage.
And then that was the realization of transfers are way better.
Transfers are still so much better.
Yeah.
So then I think Strangeways charged.
Yes.
And hit and did no damage.
Yep.
Yeah, hit armor. And then Ironclad did stuff, but I think failed.
No. Oh, I guess I didn't throw down the token of when systems got crippled. But no, the Ironclad crippled. Oh yeah, it is right here. He crippled body and spirit on my stalker.
Right, body and spirit. So
it was still bad news for that.
I still didn't get the crit knockdown. I wanted the crit knockdown.
Oh, that would have really sucked.
Yeah.
And of course, I messed up with my placement of bluestone, so that wormwood isn't inside of them, which means I can't move them at all.
Right. Yeah.
Which sucks.
Without the meat puppet, you can't move. Outside of stones, you can't move wormwood, which is kind of an interesting little tricky thing they did.
Yeah.
Was it the same before?
It was the same before. Well, okay. It didn't matter if you hit Cassius or Wormwood. They shared the same health pool. So you kill one, the other dies anyways.
Mm-hmm.
There was one janky... It was super janky way to kill Wormwood and keep Cassius around. And that was with the light artillery objective from previous SR. Because the way it worked is you would hit the objective, and instead of it being destroyed, you would destroy Wormwood instead. So you could pop Wormwood off the table that way and keep Cassius around.
That's wacky.
And that's the only way that I know of to keep the two.
That. Yeah, where you can sack a dude to keep the objective alive, so you sack Wormwood. That's
yeah.
That's pretty funny.
I think that was the only way to get rid of Wormwood and
so
keep
you can
Cassius
see the clocks are getting way down.
Oh yeah. Again,
I'm at 55. I've already gotten salty that he's going for just a clock out win, and I don't like clock out wins.
Yeah,
I don't like clock. I don't like the clock
it's
as a
one of
win
those.
condition.
Admittedly, I do slow my turn down, but
yeah,
I'm playing to not lose.
Right.
Which, like I said before, I prefer not to play this way, but when it is my victory condition,
right,
I'm going to.
Yeah. So here I'm sitting there, and I'm already. You can see my little piles of focus over there, trying to get prepared because I know he's gonna any second now he's gonna pass turn to me and just try to see if I can run out my clock. And I didn't realize that I could pass on so many models. I could just be like, I activate.
As long as you properly activate everything.
Yeah.
You're fine. And you know what? I need to double check SR 2016 to see if that minimum 15-second turn is still in there or not.
Right. Because it kind of technically, I guess, would have come up if I had done my turn a little faster. Well, actually, if I had done my turn faster, I would have won, but whatever.
Yeah. All that too. Well, hey.
I don't even know what
spoilers.
you're rolling on right now.
I don't know why. Why am I only at single speed? Shit, that's gonna mess up timing.
Oh, bummer.
Yeah, whatever. I'll find stuff to crop and change and get the timing right on all of this. But I tried shooting down your Stormsmith Stormcaller with the Reeve Hunter, and then with Body and Spirit out, I just activate my Stalker, back him up to be inside Cassia's control area. Since my mind's not out, I can take a swing on, what was it, Strange Ways that was right there?
Yeah.
And then just auto hit the
hit the
objective for 1d6.
So it was down to 3 at the end of the game.
Yeah.
So you can see there 18 and counting. So
Stalker dies.
Stalker dies. I shouldn't have even done the Ironclad at that point. Well, I wanted to deny the
Transfers, yes, because I had a 6-box transfer at that point.
Right. So you can see I'm still rolling because I just
figure out,
if I had
math
7
it
more
out.
seconds, he would have died.
Yep.
So unfortunately, I lose on clock. But overall, it was just a brutal, grueling game. Came down to because he didn't have more beasts, he couldn't really attrition out my jacks.
Yeah. It's really interesting to think about, and
with
seeing
T-Head
power up on that scale,
Yeah.
and all that.
And
like,
with T-Head
wow.
murdering as much infantry as he did, that was kind of big against a lot of squishy infantry.
Yeah. Like, man, I could not control T-Head near as much as I would have liked to.
Yeah, the power up was kind of amazing.
Yeah.
There's just no way around it.
All right, so that was your first Mark III game. So what's your first impression?
The first Mark III game, I honestly like all the changes because I was playing with a bunch of jacks. That's kind of a cop-out, but I was playing with a bunch of jacks, so it was really good for me. It's because, I got 5 to 6 free focus every turn.
Yeah, no kidding.
Overall, the only change that kind of really affects, to my mind, really affects me a lot with the armies I play. I play Legion, Cirrus, Cygnar, and Scorn, was the changes to not being able to charge friendlies.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's just kind of handy, particularly with Iron Mother. But that and there's just a lot of those little rules changes where they took a lot of the purification type abilities away, which I kind of like.
They changed a lot of them,
and a lot of them were
weird
just
ways.
kind of tweaked in weird ways. But I didn't bring any of those today. So as far as today's game goes, I liked all the changes because I gained a really killer solo.
Holy cow!
And I gained power up, so I was pretty pleased with today's changes.
Yeah, no, for
What did
me,
you think?
I'm really impressed with how power up affects war jacks and their efficiency and everything else. That really does help tip the scales and start shifting the balance, and like that focus versus fury mechanic really does feel much more up for debate right now.
It brings a lot of offensive power to War Machine.
It really does. And
they're still limited.
Now in, I think it's Chain Attack podcast, we have flat out admittance from, I think, Hungerford saying in the focus versus fury debate, yeah, no question it was fury.
Right. Absolutely. I don't know how there could have been a debate in Mark II about
but now,
focus versus
now we
fury.
actually have a PP staffer saying that.
Yeah.
It's like, we can go there.
Yeah, exactly.
Hashtag Hungry Prime.
I still think the Fury mechanic is slightly stronger.
Yes.
Even given the power up, it's free. Yes, it can be lots and lots of free focus, but they're still limited to 3 per model.
Yeah, it's easier to fuel everything, but there is still that limitation on it, and there is still
There's still the difference between power field and transfer.
Yeah, power field and transfer,
whatever
which
they call it, reinforcement.
Reinforcing the power field, that's what it is. The flip side is you get to reinforce your power field no matter what stage of the game you're in.
True.
But only shunting 5 versus shunting everything.
Yeah.
I think still tips it slightly more in Fury's favor.
I agree.
And yeah, you still got the resource management versus risk management, and whenever you can just kind of generate your plan as you go throughout the turn, you don't have to make as many decisions at the start.
Right.
I think that just innately feels a bit more powerful.
Yeah.
But for me personally, a lot of the factor does come into point cost.
Right. And I understand why they changed the power field overpowering. 'Cause,
Yeah.
I mean, there was a point where
Why is Harvey armor 24?
a model just becomes immune to damage, basically.
Yeah.
So I understand that, but I still think the transferring is so much better.
No argument.
I got
there.
lucky enough today that, even though I ran out of time, I ended up murdering all his beasts. So
Yeah.
you're in future games against War Machine, you're
Oh,
going to
wow.
have to bring more beasts.
Yeah, I mean, you had me down to Wormwood, both units of stones, which somehow were both full units.
Which is strange for me because I usually, that I always like.
Oh, yeah.
I will
Got to
ignore.
take out a damn stone in each one.
I will ignore the rest of his army if it means killing a stone.
Yeah.
So that's a big change with them going to prowl instead of flat stealth. But
Yeah, and again,
Overall-
completely within 8.
overall, this was my first game of Mark III. I'm pleased. I'm excited to play more games. So
Yeah, me too.
hopefully next time we record, we'll have a lot more experience in Mark III under our belts. We're going to be
Hopefully.
out playing a bunch tomorrow. So
Yep. Bunch of games tomorrow, hopefully, and we'll see how the rest of the week goes. And all
well,
that
thank
good
you again
stuff.
for hosting.
Yeah, no problem. Thanks for having it. And thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you again, and stay tuned for more Mark III.
It's just control phase, everybody gets focus.
Yep.
Hey, look, that's like 6 free focus. That's pretty solid. Something tells me I'm not going to allocate this turn.